do a little bit of inlay filling today. And I stopped over at the Lee Valley, the evil place to shop for woodworking tools, because everything's fairly expensive, and well, they got everything and anything you could want to do stuff. These are syringes with little tiny curved tips. That's almost a $4 syringe. But for getting into these nice tight little areas, or getting into places where you can't really reach with glue and that kind of stuff, these would be really handy. Also at Lee Valley today, I picked up 10-pack of needles. And normally you wouldn't want to do this with needles, but these are blunt. Totally flat. But you can get glue through those. So these you can put on any old syringe, and I might, if the curved tip on these doesn't work too well, I may just use one of those. It's actually probably the cheaper option. I think these were $6.50 for a 10-pack. You get a various few, so I think those green ones were probably the bigger of the bunch. Maybe not. I left the number there. Oh, it looks like there's just a nozzle one too in the white. So that could be handy as well. So white is just a nozzle, green is a fairly wide opening, and then the pink are just a smaller opening. So indeed, very handy. You can attach that to just your normal syringes. I talked to the pharmacist at Walmart. I didn't end up going to Rexall or anything like that, but you might be able to find these screw-on tips. I know you can find these curved screw-on tips, and that would be the cheap way to go. Just these were handy. I grabbed 4. I gave one to Dad so he can oil up maybe gun parts or something like that. He can cap it off, or just fill it full of oil and lube little places on the guns and that kind of stuff. So I like those. What we need to do is we need to make some epoxy. And honestly, after doing this a few times now, I'm not so big on this stuff. I would go for something that sets a little quicker. This takes 24 or 48 hours, sometimes even a little bit longer. Not so bad with the glow powder, but if you try to do like this type of pour-on finish and you either don't get the mix right or you pour twice, things can go weird. Some of it will set, some of it won't. Yeah, I've had mixed results with this stuff so far. Mix it right, definitely mix it even, and I don't know, we're going to see what happens here again. I've got these pretty dirty, so definitely want to glove up. Stuff gets messy. And we also want to mix in some of the glow powder. Put this up to the black light for a little bit. Should be glowing there a little bit. Hard to tell there, but she glows. Kind of why why this cup has a little bit of a purple tinge to it. I've got the black light on, so this powder is a little brighter. I'm getting a lot of glare from the lights, but this is G10 powder from Ready Set Glow, and it is fairly expensive. Again, I said this in the last video, but if anybody is getting a really good deal on this powder for cheaper than Ready Set Glow, and it's the same powder or better, I'd be pleased to know about it. So, and it's kind of messy to work with. So I'll start with that, I guess. I didn't really mix before, but I don't want it to be too thick, and it doesn't seem like I got my mix off too far last time. So, and I need a mix stick, which I had here but seem to have lost. Mix stick. What do we got? Hardener. This one all stuck. And the resin. So I'm going to pour it into this one and then see if I can get it into the syringes. Ooh, got a little goober there. I have to mix that up real good. Maybe that's what's going on. Once it was opened, it maybe didn't get a good seal again, and so now with this stuff, I've got an hour, at least an hour, which makes it nice to work with. I will give it that. It's easy to work with. It is sticky and gooey. That's why I definitely wear some gloves. All that's off camera, but I recommend pouring it from one container into another, and I might just put that into the squeeze bottle. I got these squeeze bottles at the dollar store, and you just cut the top off the cap, and you can choose how big you want it. Those are nice. I don't know if they leak, but for this purpose probably wouldn't leak too bad if they did, just because it's so thick. One thing I think I'm going to do is grab a nice hot bowl or cup of water that I'll be able to store the syringe in. Hopefully that I'll be able to pull a lot of the bubbles out before I start squirting it in. I'll end up creating my own bubbles as I go, but hopefully it won't be too bad, because now this is all bubbled and looks like there was a piece of dirt or two in the cup, maybe, or on the stick. Not too big of a deal once you get all the green powder in, so I guess we can start adding green powder. And oh yeah, I remember this turns into like gooey slime. And I probably got way more than I need here, but better to have too much mixed at like if you go and try and do this again, you're gonna get a slightly different color green, and that happened on the frog, and you can kind of see it if you look for it. You're not gonna see it if you're unless your green is off the charts, but you're not going to see the difference too much if you weren't aware about it. But once you're kind of aware, you get up close to it, you can kind of see where I didn't quite get quite as much green powder in one pour as I did the other, and it's a little bit lighter. So definitely handy to get as much as you need all done up, preferably in one batch. And then it'll all set the same, same color, same consistency all the way through. So, I don't know. I still want to be able to get it through those syringes, so I don't want to make it too thick. That's looking pretty good. I don't think I'll have any problems with that. So I will run up, and it might be nice just to get this preheated just a little bit so I can pour it into the other container. So I will be right back. Okay, I got a hot bowl of water there. Not really hot, just hot tap water. Maybe that'll help kind of loosen it up and bring some of the bubbles up to the top. Hopefully it doesn't help the reaction to start, but oh yeah, it's getting around here. Sorry. It's hard to do that and keep it in the camera view. There we go. So see if I can get it into a syringe.
Here's the plan, baby. I don't wanna do very much, but if the death toll keeps on rising, you can come get me up. It's superficial, but I'm trying not to worry about surviving the night. All the good moms are crying, they show dying in a violent light. I'm alright, don't you worry about me. I'm alright, and a waste of TV. Gonna pack it up, put my ear to the ground, drag it on down to LA. Got a head full of ideas, gonna make some deals with some idiots for people with no brains. What I'm sympathetic and not lying.